Hey, everyone. It's good to see all of you here. I'm going to try to catch up on chat real quick. Um, yeah, MJ, very, very sad. Hold on one second. Let me deal with these dogs. Yeah, so I imagined it would be horrible. I just didn't know it would be this horrible, but yeah, it's a lot to take in. Hey, Michael, how are you? You're just not getting a chance to watch my videos. Oh, thank you for watching, Michael. I appreciate you. Hey, Mom First. Hey, Killshot. Thank you for being here. PJ. Hi, Judy. Let's go. What's up, Killshot?
What up?
Not much. Trying to catch up on chat real quick before I start.
All right.
Yeah. I think I got everyone. Yes, if it's on his way. He'll be here soon. Uh, hey, Michelle. How are you? Let's go with his dang clocks. I was running late. I had to get my food. I was hungry. Everybody saying hi, Killshot. Hey, Sway, how are you?
What's going on, everybody?
Sound like you're losing your voice there.
Yeah, it keeps going in and out.
It's probably all the lives that we've been having. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristen, does my voice sound any better? Sorry, Daisy, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. PJ, yeah. If you want to come up, let me know, and I'll send you the link in a DM.
Yeah, come on, PJ.
There you go. Honey and lemon. Killshot.
That's that new microphone.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, how do you forget about it? Took me like 3 hours to figure it out last night.
Well, I mean, do I have to explain why I forgot? But I'm glad you got it. That's awesome. Yeah, he's using his new mic. All right, let me see if I can pull up this affidavit real quick. Okay. Is it like legible on the screen? Whoa, that made it really tiny. Okay, we'll just do it like this. All right. PJ, do you hold on? Okay, so I'm gonna do like a little bit of so in this whole affidavit, it's pages and pages long, but I do want to kind of read the some of these parts because it explains like for those of you who may not know, like when she was reported missing and all that, like all of those events surrounding that and how all of that unfolded.
Yeah,
Um,
please do, because I'm not very up to date on the case. Like, I know a little bit about it, but I'm not up to date. So if there's any other true crimers in the chat that want to come up that know something about it, that would help out a lot.
yeah, PJ, I'm sending you the link right now in Discord and DMs. If you want to come up and just kind of give a little background, so we don't have to read all of this stuff, and we can just go to the other stuff. Hey, Kursuma. Are you sick? He's just getting over being sick. Are you going back to work tomorrow?
No, I go back on Monday,
Oh wait, what's today?
Saturday.
Oh, what the heck? Oh my gosh. I went through the whole day thinking it was Sunday. Wow. Hey, BJ.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
BJ.
Hey.
Yeah, I noticed on like this part of the affidavit, it goes over like, when she was reported missing and all that. So instead of going through all that like by detail and reading it, if you want to just maybe kind of give a little background information on how it kind of unfolded.
Like when she was okay, so Crystal wrote an email
And
to
and
Jean
Crystal is her
Shaheen.
biological mom.
Yes, Crystal's her biological mom. Wrote an email to Jean Shaheen, which was our senator, I want to say, and saying that her daughter's been missing for about, I think it was like 2 years at that point, and DCYF wasn't doing anything,
Hmm.
wasn't trying to find her or see what's going on with her, and blah, 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 blah. And then within about 24 hours, the chief had did that press conference, the first press conference
Mm.
on New Year's Eve.
And that was in 2021.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then,
so I remember like the story kind of unfolding like Adam, so he was remarried to Kayla Montgomery.
mhm.
Um Crystal was in Florida at the time, correct?
I don't think she was in Haverhill, from what I
Okay.
know. She was in Haverhill. A lot of people say things about Florida, but the only
Hmm.
person that I know for sure factual is in Florida is Adam Montgomery's father that's in Florida.
Mm.
And the
Okay.
grandmother that's in Florida.
Right. So I know at one point there was conflicting stories when they were questioned. Like Crystal was saying that Harmony was with Adam, and Adam,
Mm,
on the other hand, was saying that he had drove and dropped Harmony off to meet with Crystal,
mm.
which wasn't true. So the entire time, Harmony was indeed in Adam and Kayla's care, along with their three other children. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, so they did have all four children. Let me get right here. And so what was it? They were living in Adam's grandmother's home and then they were evicted.
Yes. On Gilbert Street. They got evicted um, from the grandmother. The grandmother was getting a foreclosure on the house. So she had to evict Adam. And then at that point, Adam and them were only using like generators and everything else for electricity. DCYF didn't do anything because in New Hampshire it's legal, the way they were living.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
they moved into the vehicle, which is legal in the state of New Hampshire. Um, and then that's when everything unfolded.
Yeah. And I don't want to
It's,
show basically I know when they were living in his car, correct? And when they first encountered him and came upon him and had questions, and that's when he was like, I have nothing else to say. They brought him in for interrogating. There is a video out there on that where he denies because there was allegations of him striking Harmony in the face at one point, and he denies that. He says that never happened, but it did.
yeah, he blames
Um,
one of the children. It was a toy that she got hit with or whatever. And then he states allegedly she had a black eye or whatever. That's what he says to the police officer. And then he's
right.
like, why am I even, answering your questions or whatever?
Yeah, he's always been like, I have nothing else to say, and just real like vague about it, which is why I was saying, as much as I appreciate Kayla actually speaking up so that we do know what we know, is so frustrating because she was involved. Like she knew every part of it.
Yeah. And as much as I didn't think she was as much involved as she was involved.
Right?
I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Hmm. Yeah. So can y'all see this on the screen?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, because so like their first interview with Kayla was 12/28 of 21. He spoke with Adam's wife Kayla, and they share 3 younger children, and they were all presently accounted for. During the follow up with Kayla, I asked about the last time she had physically seen Harmony. Kayla said that sometime in November or December of 2019, she saw Harmony one morning prior to going to work. Adam said that he was driving Harmony back to Crystal, who was living in Massachusetts at the time. Kayla said that she believed Harmony had been returned to Crystal. Kayla claims she never saw or heard about Harmony after that day. So, PJ, this statement right here, isn't this is this part true or not? Because of what she says later confirms that, when he actually hit her in the back of the car and all that stuff. Is this statement true? This initial statement by her?
the last time she saw Harmony,
Mm-hmm.
he was driving. No, he never drove Harmony back to Crystal.
Right. So Kayla was.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
the perjury charge that she got.
That's why she got the perjury charge. Okay,
Yes.
makes sense.
I was
Okay,
in court that day, actually.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You were in the court for this case that day?
Yeah. They went into chambers that day because they were actually trying to make this deal that exact day. That they were
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was weird because we were like, why are they going back there in chambers? And they wouldn't tell us, obviously, but a few months later, the deal came out.
And what was the deal exactly? That was for Kayla to basically
Get a
spill.
year in prison
Mm-hmm.
for all the charges that she got, like for the perjury and for the welfare. I think a couple of the welfare frauds got dropped.
Yeah, I remember reading that. Yeah. Yeah, and then there was a whole other person that he was now involved with, Kelsey Small, but she has since passed away. Correct?
Yeah, she passed away. She
Yeah.
overdosed.
Yeah. But when they did speak to her, she claimed that she had been romantically involved with Adam for over a year. She was aware that Adam had 3 children from one mother and another child from before that. However, Small said that Adam was not in touch with any child from his prior relationship. She claimed that Adam had never talked about Harmony and she had no information on where she may be.
See, and then you find out that's not true during the gun trial.
Right.
Trial.
Yeah. Can you explain
Because Kayla states, because they have Kayla describe the whole house and whose room is who, and Kelsey was actually a roommate of Kayla and Adams at one point, and then they had a romantic relationship after that. So it's like a love triangle type thing.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Oh geez. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts in this whole case. Yeah, so during their interaction, they stressed their concern that Harmony had not been physically observed in over 2 years, and they had concern for whether or not she was still alive. He did not exhibit much emotion or reaction to this. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to have to go through all of this if all of this is what she was, basically she lied about,
Yeah.
Trying to get to the page where all the new information.
I believe it's the grand jury testimony, because it's her.
Oh yeah, right here.
Everybody make sure you hit the like button. We got about 20 people in chat, so let's try to get this case out there a little bit.
Yeah, thank y'all for being here. Hey Sifa, how are you? Sifa.
Hi, Sifa.
Might not be able to talk. Okay, so here is the grand jury testimony. So on May 20th, 2022, Kayla Montgomery testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County, Northern District as part of the grand jury's investigation into the disappearance of Harmony Montgomery. Kayla was under oath for her testimony. During her testimony, Kayla was asked about the last time she saw Harmony. She stated in summary that it was 2 days after Thanksgiving 2019, which would have been 11/30/2019, when Adam dropped her off to work at 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift at Dunkin' Donuts. Harmony was in the car, and Adam said he was bringing Harmony to her mother. When Adam picked Kayla up a little after 2, Harmony was no longer with Adam, and he said he brought Harmony to her mother, which is Crystal. At this time, Kayla said she never saw Harmony after that, and she didn't know what happened to her. Investigators researched Kayla's claim about the location and shift she was working 2 days after Thanksgiving. All Dunkin' Donuts locations in Goffstown confirmed that Kayla was not working there. Wow, so she lied about that too. Records obtained from New Hampshire Employment Security showed that the only employer who paid Kayla in November 2019 was a Dunkin' Donuts in Hooksett, New Hampshire, and that Dunkin' Donuts store confirmed that Kayla was fired on 11/23/2019. As a result, an arrest warrant was obtained for Kayla for 2 charges of perjury. Okay, so then she was arrested on June 3rd of 2022. She participated in a proffer interview at Manchester Police Department. Her attorney was present. So is this where she starts kind of telling the facts about it?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, because it says something about the Chrysler.
Okay. So this is the new stuff that came out recently, like this past week, guys. This is the stuff that we didn't want to know. I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but okay. So during the proffer interview, go ahead, PJ. You wanted to say something?
I was going to say there's extreme trigger warning.
Oh yeah, let
and
me put that in chat. Oh, you're good, Sifa. No problem. Sorry, trying to catch up on chat too at the same time. Hey, crazy mama. All right, so during the interview, Kayla admitted she had lied during her grand jury testimony. She stated that she had information related to Harmony Montgomery. She stated that the family, herself, Adam Montgomery, Harmony Montgomery, SM, and DM, was evicted from where they were living on Guilford Street in Manchester the day before Thanksgiving 2019, which would have been 11/27. Kayla said after that they were living in their vehicle, which we know to be a Chrysler Sebring. During their time living out of the vehicle, they stayed in the parking lot of Colonial Village on River Road in Manchester, where their friend Anthony Boldera lived. Kayla stated that from Thanksgiving up until the beginning of December, Boldera saw Harmony and the other 2 boys and would wave at them. She also said that Boldera brought them Thanksgiving leftovers while they were in the Sebring and that he saw Harmony at the time and he and Harmony waved at each other. Kayla stated that on the day the Sebring broke down, known to be 12/7/2019, Adam Montgomery struck Harmony, which caused her death. Wow. Kayla stated that while living in the vehicle together, Adam was extremely upset that 5-year-old Harmony was not saying when she needed to go to the bathroom and was having accidents in the car. Kayla stated that after each accident, Adam would get upset and would strike Harmony in the face or head with a closed fist. That is horrible.
Yeah, so he would turn around and punch her.
Right. And she's 5 years old. And I mean, they're living in their vehicle. It's just so upsetting to me because I know there was a previous thing when they were living in one of the homes and the uncle witnessed, like abuse where she was put into the corner for hours and like it seems like she was just always mistreated in his care. Like she should have never been returned back to him. Yeah, for real, Sway. Oh my gosh. Yep. Kristen. Yep.
Yeah, she had a lot of accidents, and I think they were more triggered by anxiety than they were triggered by anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was a real violent man, whether it was for children or anybody else.
Yeah, he seems like it just in his interviews and such. Like he just, and then you know a lot more about, the whole situation. You're closer to the whole thing, so I'm sure you've heard a lot more. But just his attitude in his interviews, I can see that. Oh, so okay. So Kayla stated that on 12/7/2019, prior to the vehicle breaking down, Adam struck Harmony in the face head on three separate occasions because she had a bathroom accident. This happened while Adam was driving the vehicle. Kayla described that Harmony was in the rear seat on the passenger side, and while Adam was driving, he turned his body and delivered sets of 3 to 4 blows with a closed fist to Harmony's face or head on three separate occasions over the course of a few minutes. Oh, that's so disgusting. Kayla stated that after the final blow, Adam said words to the effect of that he felt something or heard something when he hit Harmony. And I think I really hurt her this time. I think I did something. Harmony began making a moaning type noise, which went on for roughly 5 minutes and then stopped. At no time did anyone stop or get Harmony medical attention as the result of this assault. Kayla said this happened in the morning while the family was on their way to the Burger King on Route 3 in Manchester, and afterwards the family returned to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. The family stayed at Colonial Village for approximately 20 minutes, during which time no one checked on Harmony. Kayla could not recall exactly what they did during this 20-minute time period. So she moans and then she makes no noises. So she's laying back there and they don't do anything. They continue driving and then they park and they still don't do anything. They don't try to get her medical intervention. They do nothing.
Yeah, they just leave her there.
Oh
Like
my
nothing
gosh.
happened.
So wait a minute. He injured her by turning around and punching her?
3 times
Jesus.
within like minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like what was she acting up, or what was the cause of him striking her?
He said that she was having bathroom accidents.
That
Easy. Check
Yeah.
PM.
Okay.
Easy.
But yeah, just because she was having accidents and like PJ said, it was probably because of anxiety. I mean, if he already abused her and such, she was probably really nervous
scared and
around him.
nervous and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, she's a child. Like they can't. I mean, even if she has to go to the bathroom, they're not like us. Like they don't know that they can hold on to it.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
wild.
she was really young, really, really young.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she was barely 5.
And
And like,
mom didn't do anything about it.
well,
Um,
this is Kayla. So this was the stepmom.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, her bio mom
Gotcha.
was in Massachusetts. Um,
Really quick, do you
mhm.
want me to explain to people
Yeah.
what I explained to you the other day about the injury?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I don't remember
Okay.
everything, but go ahead. Yeah.
Um, so depending on where he struck her, which more than likely it was like kind of dead center, um, in the face, more than likely, um, trigger warning. Uh, so your nose has a bone. It's kind of sharp, um, which is one reason why, like, in karate, there's a move called, like, uh, palm heel strike, which
Yeah.
is why this
Puts
is
the
effective.
nose to the brain.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It shatters part of the nose and it shoves the nose bones up into the brain, which pierces the brain, and causes bleeding inside
In
the
the
brain.
brain. Right.
Yeah.
And if he said he heard something or felt something and he knew he had done something this time, it had to be something significant.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, and PJ, so Crystal, so did she
Yeah.
ever have custody of Harmony? Like, what happened? How did she lose Harmony?
Crystal lost Harmony 3 or 4 times since she was born because of drugs.
Okay. And then, so she was with a foster family, and then they decided to just hand her back to Adam?
No, they never
Okay.
decided to hand. They were actually going to adopt her before the judge. The judge is the one that made the final decision, and it says it in. I think I gave you that report.
Mhm.
In the whole report that Massachusetts did, and the lawyers didn't really do much for Harmony, like Harmony's lawyer. And they tried to say Harmony said that she wanted to go with her dad, which Harmony barely knew her dad, because I think I counted, and it was like, and in the report, I think it was like between 9 and 12 visits in her whole life that Harmony had with her father.
Oh
So
my goodness.
she didn't even really know her dad.
Right.
And then the judge decided that, well, he looks good on paper. I don't need to look that much more into him because he has a job right now, he has a house, so he can have custody of her. Needless to say, let's forget about the fact that he shot people, and he did all this,
Right.
you know.
Yes, because he is facing other charges for other incidents.
Yeah,
Right.
after they do Harmony's trial, he has another trial to go for a murder for his name's Darlin Guzman.
Mhm.
So
Jeez.
yeah.
It's just sad. Okay, so Kayla said that after approximately 20 minutes, the family left the village apartments, and shortly thereafter, their car broke down. Kayla said that she thought the car died at probably 8 or 9 a.m. According to Manchester Police Department records, the car was broken down in the intersection of Elm Street and Webster Street at approximately 12:11 p.m. Kayla said it was at that time that she and Adam discovered that Harmony was not breathing and was deceased. Kayla stated that Adam went to the trunk of the vehicle, removed clothing from a black and red Under Armour duffel bag, and placed the lifeless body of Harmony into the bag. Kayla stated at no point did either of them have any conversation about getting any type of life saving measures for Harmony, and that Adam simply put Harmony's body into the bag and walked it back to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. So he just does this like it's nothing to him. Like, how do you.
He was like that. A lot of people have told me that he just didn't care about anything. Like, he was like that to adults.
Right.
Well, and it's kind of scary too if you hear about the case that just happened in Ohio, how the man just sat on the stairs with absolutely no reactions.
Right. He was like completely detached.
I don't know if it's like because it's such a traumatic thing and everything like that, you disassociate yourself from the situation at that time, or like if it actually is so traumatic for you, or I don't
Or
really
you
know, but
just.
yeah, it's got to be like some sort of a shock, or I mean, it doesn't have to be that. They could be just complete, off
Mhm.
the rails, but it
Right.
just seems like
Yeah.
you would have some sort of emotion.
Well, with Adam's violent background, I don't think he really has those type of feelings, because he would just punch somebody in the face and break their jaw and not care and just walk away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, those are the types of things Adam would do.
yeah. Then that's definite anger issues. That's not trauma or nothing.
Right. And I mean, you discovered that she's not breathing and she's deceased. I mean, I'm going to be freaking out. I'm going to be trying to get my child to the hospital. Like, he just, like, it seems like he just was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just take care of this. You know what I mean? Like, and you go and get a duffel bag, and like, how is that normal? It's not.
No.
Mm. Um, okay, so once they were back at the Colonial Village, Bodera drove them from the apartment complex back to their vehicle to collect their belongings before the vehicle was towed. Kayla said that Bodera then allowed them to stay in his everybody says this word different. Is it Audi or Audi? I say Audi. Parked in the parking lot for 2 or 3 days over the weekend. So so their other vehicle was towed, and then they just stayed in this guy's car for another 2 or 3 days.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, wow. So I didn't see this. So in the second proffer interview conducted on 6/23, Kayla said that during this approximately 20-minute time period, Adam had her get a bag of heroin or fentanyl from Bodero. She and Adam then used some of that before leaving. Wow. So that's what they did in the 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. Kayla stated that while they were staying at Bodero's Audi, after Harmony's death, Adam was keeping the bag with Harmony's body inside of the trunk of the vehicle, but also would leave it out on the snow to stop the decomposition of the body from happening. So then, yeah, like he has no excuse. He's just a sick human being. I mean, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, like ugh. When you get deeper into this, it just
Mm. Yeah, MJ, that's what I was saying. Like I'm thankful that Kayla spoke up and is telling what happened, but I mean, she was every bit as guilty. Okay. Audi and Aldi. Okay, y'all, I'm not arguing about how to say that. I just say Audi. Um, okay, so this is Boldera's testimony. He testified before the grand jury into the disappearance of Harmony. He stated that after the Montgomery family was evicted, he allowed them to stay in his car. He said he believed it was the weekend immediately after Thanksgiving. And he testified that he brought the Thanksgiving leftovers to the car for them to eat. He did not see Harmony in the Audi, that it was only Adam, Kayla, and the 2 younger boys. He testified that he never bothered to ask where Harmony was, that the only 2 times he ever saw Harmony were back in August and September of 2019. He testified that when the Montgomerys left the Audi after the 2 days they stayed there, that he believed Kayla said she was going to her mother's. I think they did end up going to her mother's house too for a little bit, right?
yeah, they did, and eventually, I think not too long after that, her mom got a restraining order on him.
Oh, dang. Yeah, so he testified that he only let them stay in his Audi for 2 days, but he was not aware of whether the Montgomery family was possibly living in a different car in the parking lot to his apartment building for additional days. Okay, let's see. So he said they could have stayed in their own car before it got messed up. He explained that he was aware that after the Montgomerys got evicted, they had a gray Chrysler, but that they didn't have the car anymore when they arrived to stay in his Audi. He said that. Oh, hold on. Let me mute. We'll talk amongst yourselves because my dogs are going crazy.
So when did this affidavit come out? Do any of you guys that are up here right now know?
It came out last week.
Came out last week. So like, is this basically just? And again, I'm kind of new to all of this case. This affidavit is just like going over the entire thing from beginning to current.
Yeah, it goes over because they had these documents all sealed, and Tim Callery from WMUR put in for them to unseal it, and they finally allowed it to be unsealed. So we didn't know all these details, like of how and what happened.
Did they did they seal it because she was a child? Is that why they had it all sealed, or was there like a specific reason? Or?
Half that and half because Kayla said that she was fearing for her life and stuff like that.
And Kayla's the stepmom, right?
Yes.
Yep.
See, and the one thing that I hate about the justice system, I get that we need to have fair laws and true laws and all this other stuff, but look what happened to this little child. Should we really care about if she fears for her life or not?
Mm,
That's very controversial.
yeah.
Depends on the person's opinion or
Well,
Yeah.
perspective.
yeah. I mean, that's what I was trying to do is like bring it up as a talking point. Like,
Mhm.
is that like for us up here? Like for me, I would rather have this information out here than care about the stepmother that was there that witnessed everything.
Well, then
I'd
you got to
rather.
think too, because there's so many cases out there that like there's people that aren't involved with any of someone killing somebody, but the person said, if you tell anybody, I'm going to kill you. You know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, for sure.
And then I wonder if they kept a lot of it sealed too until like after the weapons trial, you know?
that could be a possibility too, because I know they wanted Adam not to know a lot of things.
Hmm. Yeah, and then Kayla testified against him. So,
Yeah. No, like I said, it was just something to talk about
no,
for a minute while
yeah.
you were dealing with the dogs.
And I get that too, because, yeah, like this is all the stuff that we didn't well, know. Like we kind of knew a lot of the backstory that's in here, but we didn't know all of this, like details. And then they did have like extensive searches at the homes, and we watched when they were like taking like the fridge out and the flooring and checking like the gutters, and like we knew that it was something big that they were on to, but we had yet to know really anything.
Yeah, there's two searches that they didn't put on camera though, but they did talk
Mm,
about one of the two that weren't on camera, but they didn't talk about one of them, if that makes
I didn't
sense.
know that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they had the press conference, when was it? Sometime last year, when they finally announced that it was no longer like a missing persons, it was a homicide.
yeah,
So then we knew for sure that that she was no longer alive. We just didn't know any of the details until
yeah.
now.
Hey, not trying to interrupt you guys. If you could check back chat, I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Okay, no problem. Um, I agree with Killshot too, but unfortunately, the law states that everyone has the right to be protected, even if we think they should rot in hell. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I get both points of view.
See, I'm in between because like with Kayla's situation, I don't really I don't know. After hearing everything in this affidavit, people will understand that like I'm not really on Kayla's side at all whatsoever after hearing like everything that
Yeah,
they
and I'm not on her. Yeah, I'm not on her side at all. I'm glad that she actually said something, because she could have decided to not speak on anything. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
but she's just as guilty. Like, there's nothing that just because she's telling the truth of what happened doesn't make it okay for her.
yeah. I mean, at
Yeah.
first I was saying, maybe she was really afraid and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
was trying to kind of like understand, like trying to be at her level, when she said she was
Right.
afraid. But then after reading all this, I was like, no.
Oh no. Jeez. I'm trying to read. So this is Donna Dimmers. This is Bodero's girlfriend. So she testified that the only time she saw Harmony was September, together with Bodero. She testified about the Thanksgiving leftovers being fresh, and she believed that Bodero gave them to the Montgomerys. She had a brief opportunity to look inside the car the Montgomerys were in, which she said was Bodero's car, and that she only saw two younger children in the car, not Harmony. She was confident that Harmony was not in the car. Um, is any of this is pretty much restating everything? Hmm. There's a lot of details, BJ.
Yeah.
Um,
This one does mention hold on, recalled a trash bag.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. So Boldero stated that after Thanksgiving, the Montgomerys came to him with just their two boys and no Harmony, and asked if they could stay with them due to them being evicted and their car breaking down. Badera did not recall how the Montgomerys arrived at his home. He stated that they arrived with few belongings and recalled a trash bag. Badero offered them his Audi to sleep, which was parked in the rear of his apartment building. He was unclear on the timing at first, saying it was the weekend after, but then when confronted with the information that the Montgomerys still had their own car at that point, agreed that it may have been the following weekend. Okay, so yeah, that was all. I questioned Bodero about helping the Montgomerys retrieve belongings from their car when it broke down at Webster Street, and he stated he did not remember that happening. Let's see.
I think a lot of these paragraphs with these witnesses, I think the next witness, if you go down, is Kim Frayne, who did testify in the trial. On Facebook and Google weren't. Oh, that's because there is another. Yeah, see, Kimberly Frayne. I've read this a few times.
Oh, yeah, she's the one. Okay, yeah, I remember her.
And remember, she tried to get off the stand so fast. She had to be on a lunch break. She had to go back to work. I think she really did not want to testify because I think she was really scared that she was going to screw up because they weren't allowed to talk about Harmony at all whatsoever on that day.
Yeah, I remember.
But these are just saying that all these witnesses here do corroborate what Kayla is telling the police.
Yeah.
They have to verify everything.
Okay.
I'm just trying to help you so you don't have to.
Yeah. Right. So many pages. This one seems.
You want to read finding where it says finding Harmony's DNA, though.
Okay. Okay, who is Matt Garcia? Okay, so he was a friend of Adam's because I saw something. Garcia said he asked Adam about the news regarding Harmony, and Adam said he had talked to police that morning. Adam told Garcia he didn't know why the police were bothering him and that he gave Harmony back to her mother. And Adam goes, the kid wouldn't stop. Oh my gosh. Using the restroom everywhere. She was driving me nuts. We were living in the car, so I let her. I had her mom come and get her. Such full of crap. Garcia elaborated, speaking as if he was Adam, that Harmony was having her accidents everywhere, all the time, every 5 minutes. We were living in a car. I couldn't take it. I had to give her to her mom. No. Okay, so finding Harmony Montgomery's DNA in the Chrysler Sebring. Investigators located the Chrysler Sebring that the Montgomery family lived in after being evicted from 77 Guilford Street and in which Harmony was killed. This vehicle was the subject of a call for service at approximately 12:11 p.m. on 12/7/2019 at the intersection of Webster and Elm in Manchester. This is consistent with Kayla's statement in her 6/3/2022 proffer interview that Adam killed Harmony on the day their Sebring broke down. Tow documents show the tow company was on scene to tow the Sebring from approximately 12:52 to 1:39 p.m. The Sebring was thereafter treated as an abandoned vehicle, and an abandoned vehicle tracking report created by Auto City Collision Repair Center for the Sebring noted that later on 12/16 there was no power to the dash, and an attempt to jump-start the Sebring resulted in the car immediately starting to smoke. The Sebring was eventually sold to Hebert's Used Auto Parts in Goffstown, New Hampshire on or about 1/29/2020, where it was located by Manchester detectives on 1/1/2022. The manager of Hebert's Used Auto Parts consented to the seizure and search of the Sebring by Manchester detectives. Catch up on chat for a little bit. MJ asked why were they living in the car again? Because they were basically homeless. They were evicted out of his grandmother's house, so they were living in their car for a little bit.
Yeah, he lived in his car a lot.
Yeah,
because him and Kelsey lived in their car too.
Right. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, they actually, it was so weird because when, the interviews that you guys saw with him with the police,
Mm-hmm.
I lived not even 4 minutes down the street from them then. And I didn't even know. It was so weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
And they were
extremely
just
close to
saying,
you.
yeah.
Wow. And yeah, MJ, I agree. She should be here. It's so heartbreaking. So, when the Sebring was searched inside of the vehicle, investigators located a pink Trolls electric toothbrush, which was assigned property number JMT7. This toothbrush was submitted to the forensic laboratory, the state lab, for potential DNA analysis. How do you say that word? Buccal? This one, PJ?
Hold on, I'm looking. Buccal? Buccal.
Yes,
Yeah.
a
Buccal
buccal
swab.
swab. A buccal swab was taken from Crystal Sorey, which was the biological mom, by consent, and was also submitted to the state lab for comparison purposes. Upon completion of the analysis, Katie L. Swango, PhD and criminalist too. Gosh, I can't talk today. At the state lab, issued a report dated January 19th, 2022, where she wrote, "The DNA obtained from the toothbrush is from a biological female. The DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush cannot be excluded as that from a biological child of Crystal Sorey based on a comparison of these DNA profiles only. It is at least 108 billion times more likely to see these genetic results if the DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush is from a biological child of Crystal Sorey than an untested, unrelated random woman." So they confirmed that that was Harmony's with Crystal's DNA. It should be noted that Harmony is the only female child of Crystal Sorey. Based on these lab results, there is strong reason to believe that the DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush is that of Harmony Montgomery, and it will be referred to as such herein. Movements of Harmony Montgomery's body by Adam Montgomery. This part, oh,
Yeah. This
this
is
part
where it gets really, I
dark.
don't know words like for it.
It's evil, sinister. Mm. So Harmony's body moved to Kayla's mother's residence on Dubuque Street. I don't know how to say that word. You probably know how better than me.
Dubuque Street.
Dubuque Street. So in her proffer, Kayla explained how Harmony's body was moved to various locations over the course of the next several months. She stated that after living in Bodero's Audi in the Colonial Village parking lot, that they then moved in with her mother, Christina Lubin, and her mother's boyfriend, John Gallion, at Dubuque Street. Kayla said that when they arrived at the residence, Harmony's body, which was still in a duffel bag, was placed inside of a red cooler with a white top in the common hallway of the apartment building. She stated the body was left there the whole time the family stayed there until the end of December 2019. If it was just sitting, like, did no one think that was suspicious? And, like,
I don't know how nobody smelled anything.
right.
It's just a cooler. You know what I mean? Like when you put like rotten food, you end up smelling stuff and
He would have had to have, like, put ice on it daily. It's just, oh.
yeah.
On February 18th, 2022, Lubin testified before the grand jury. During her testimony, she explained that in December 2019, Adam, Kayla, SM, and DM moved in to live with her for 2 or 3 weeks. So it was there for 2 or 3 weeks, basically. And they left on December 30th or 31st. Lubin said they did not have Harmony with them, and Kayla told her that Harmony had gone back to live with her mother at a rehab facility in Massachusetts. Lubin testified that during that time frame of December 2019, she was not aware of Adam or Kayla making any effort to get in touch with Harmony or Sorey. She also testified that in that time frame, she did not see Adam or Kayla cry about not having Harmony. After Kayla's proffer interview, I traveled to 258 Dubuque Street and obtained a consent to search I explained to Lubin that I needed to obtain a red cooler with a white lid. Lubin stated that the cooler had been in her bedroom closet for close to 2 years. I asked her if this cooler had previously been in the common hallway, and she confirmed it was. They consented to the search and seizure of the cooler. The cooler was submitted to the state lab for processing. According to reports received from the state lab, the results of a screening test performed on samples from the cooler were negative for the presence of blood. In addition, no suitable areas of friction ridge detail were developed on the cooler.
Yeah, isn't that weird that there was no
Yeah.
sign?
So it makes you wonder, like, I don't,
Yeah. Like, what did you do to the cooler to get it that cleaned out?
yeah. Harmony's body moved to Families in Transition Shelter. Law enforcement previously knew, and Kayla confirmed, that after leaving her mother's house, the family moved into a Families in Transition Shelter in Manchester. This was approximately on December 30th of 2019. In her interview, she said that the Under Armour bag with Harmony's body was brought to the fit shelter as well. Kayla said that Adam placed it in the ceiling vent in the bedroom. She stated that during this time, there was liquid coming from the bag containing Harmony's dead body, and there was an odor. She said Adam placed a trash bag around the bag to keep it from leaking. Trigger warning in chat for sure.
See, this really mind boggles me because, like, at the shelter, that shelter is one floor. You know what I mean? So you would think that, like, and the rooms are right next to each other. It's kind of like a
Right.
hotel.
Yeah,
Like
so
so you'd think
others would
that-
have smelled it.
right.
Oh. Mm-mm. On 6/4/2022, detectives conducted a search of 177 Lake Avenue 1. During the search of the apartment, detectives located a ceiling vent in the bedroom pictured here. So this is where he kept her?
Yeah, in the ceiling.
Yeah. That
And they're not apartments. They say they're apartments, but it's just one big room with bunk beds.
right. Detectives removed the vent in order to check the top side of the ceiling sheetrock. There, next to the opening for the ceiling vent, detectives located a large area of staining. This area is directly next to the ceiling vent where Kayla Montgomery described that Adam put Harmony's deceased body in the Under Armour bag. Detectives noted that this area had a smell consistent with decomposition. The photo below was taken by a detective who was standing up in the ceiling vent hole after the vent was removed. The area of staining is circled. Oh, that is so crazy. A large section. Go ahead, PJ.
It's just weird how they can get the DNA like from that long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was in 19.
Yeah.
So a large section of the ceiling sheetrock was removed and seized, which included the stain, metal framing, and the hole for the ceiling vent. The ceiling vent itself was also seized. The photo below shows the area of sheetrock and metal framing that was seized. The area of staining is again circled. I mean, I'm glad that they did a thorough investigation. Honestly, because for a while we didn't hear anything and we were wondering like what is going on.
They were doing like a bunch of different searches as well, like in the woods and stuff like that. And they weren't making it public. Nothing that the police did was really public knowledge because of the group that was going around. And they didn't want the public to be like right there. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. They had to keep it,
It
they
was
knew
a
they
whole-
were on to something. So, and that's a lot of times in these cases, it's like we get frustrated when we don't have answers, but there's a lot going on in the background.
And in the interviews, like if you really listen to the chief, like he kind of made a lot of hints, like when he was doing the interview, like we, if you want to know answers, ask the family. They know, you know what I mean? Like, so he
Mm,
kind of like gave hints when he was talking. I don't know.
yeah.
I really listen to when people talk because it usually really says something. Mostly the words that they use.
Hmm. Yeah, they try to be as vague as possible, but you can pick up on things.
Yeah.
Uh, Forensic testing. So all of that was tested. Let's see. So the ceiling sheetrock with the metal framing attached together with the vent were submitted and latent friction ridge, which is fingerprint processing. In a report dated 6/10/2022, a criminalist one at the state lab wrote that 13 areas of friction ridge detail were developed, 6 on the metal framing attached to the sheetrock, and 7 on the metal vent itself. In a report dated 7/6/2022, he noted that not all areas of friction ridge detail were sufficient to be identifiable, and some of the areas contained multiple impressions. In all, he noted and analyzed 10 identifiable impressions, 9 from the metal vent and 1 from the metal framing. He matched all 9 from the metal vent to Adam Montgomery, 3 to his left middle finger, 2 to his left little finger, 1 to his left ring and middle fingers, simultaneous finger impressions, 1 to his left index finger, 1 to his right index finger, and 1 to his left palm. Both Adam and Kayla Montgomery were excluded from the impression from the metal framing, so that impression was subsequently searched through multiple automated biometric identification system databases. As a result, the impression from the metal framing was identified as the left little ring, middle, and index simultaneous finger impressions. Wow. So, okay. And so, who is this person? Oh, so, okay. So, he was the drywall installer. So, they did pick up other fingerprints.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That is insane that they can go back that far and still get such positive findings.
Well, the process that they use is, you know, the process that they use for the cold cases now?
Mm-hmm.
That's the process that they use on
Mm,
this because of the DNA being so old and stuff like that.
right. Wow. Um, Yeah, the serology testing on the ceiling section produced several positive samples of human fluids. State lab attempted DNA analysis on the ceiling section, but it was not successful due to what has been explained to me as the presence of potential inhibitors, which prevented further analysis. 2 samples were cut from the area of staining and 1 from the framing, and they were sent to DNA Labs International in Florida, as was Harmony's DNA profile as obtained from the toothbrush in the Sebring, Crystal Story's DNA profile as obtained via consent, and Adam's DNA profile as obtained via a search warrant. When tested, one of the samples from the stain and the sample from the metal framing had an insufficient amount of DNA, and no further analysis was performed. The other sample from the stain indicated a mixture of at least 2 individuals with at least 1 male contributor. Due to the complex nature of the mixed DNA profile, it was inconclusive for comparison reasons. Wow, so then they sent it to DNA Labs International with the expectation seeing the section analysts there will be able to identify the best areas for testing. Okay, so they did further testing on this.
Yeah, they
Um,
did a lot of testing on that. And I think that's where they got most of the DNA from.
wow. So not from the fridge and all that. Like, is that all in here too?
Oh, that's in there.
Oh wow. The 2 pictures below show the darker staining under the metal framing. The first picture shows a large part of the original ceiling section that was seized. The area of staining that was first observed is circled, and the locations where the original 2 samples were cut can be seen in the circle. The dark staining discovered under the metal framing runs horizontally from the top of the circled area. So, wow. Yeah, it seems like this is where, especially if it was like they said, if it was leaking, that's where most of the DNA is going to come from.
Hmm.
So, yeah. The DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 4.1 billion times more probable the sample originated from Harmony Montgomery and an unknown person than if it originated from two unknown persons. This analysis provides very strong support for the proposition that Harmony Montgomery is a contributor to the DNA profile obtained from the sample. Oh my goodness. This is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of information.
Mm. Oh, wow. Okay, so Kayla, in her proffer interview, described a time when a maintenance worker came to check the vent in their unit at the shelter after a complaint from another resident who Kayla identified as Paula from apartment 5. Kayla said that once people at Fitz started saying they could smell something, Adam took the Under Armour bag containing Harmony's body, which was inside of a trash bag, from the ceiling, put it all inside of another trash bag, and then replaced it in the ceiling. Kayla said that once maintenance was called to check the vent, he put the trash bag's Under Armour bag, Harmony's body, into the closet. Kayla stated that when maintenance checked the vent, they said it must have been a dead animal or something because they didn't see anything up there. Wow.
Crazy.
Right? Okay. Check the comments. Hold on. Um, I was trying to see. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, I wanted to see what this was about.
Oh, Kayla's friend.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So she moved into the shelter about 2 to 3 weeks. She recalled Adam one time bringing up his daughter, and when asked where his daughter was, he said she was with his mother. I asked her about a complaint that the Montgomery's apartment smelled, and she said it was her friend Mandy who made the complaint. She stated Mandy dropped off some clothes for the newborn and noted the apartment smelled. Maldonado Phoebes, I don't know how to say that, stated that Mandy was now deceased. I believe Mandy to be Amanda Crosby, who Kayla identified as being a female who lived at the shelter who is now deceased. Um, so this is all about the same. Okay. So now it was moved to the Union Street.
yeah, that's when it gets into.
Yeah, the fridge and stuff. So Kayla stated that after living at 177 Lake Avenue, her and Adam and the two boys moved to an apartment at 644 Union Street in Manchester. Police were previously in possession of a lease agreement that was apparently signed by Adam and Kayla on 2/20/2020 for themselves and two children to lease 644 Union Street, second floor, apartment number 2. Kayla said that when they moved to the apartment on Union Street, they brought Harmony's body with them. She said that Adam put the Under Armour duffel bag with Harmony's body into a plastic bin storage container, which was then pushed on a stroller from 177. What?
Yes.
So he put it into a plastic bin and pushed it on a stroller?
Yes.
From, oh my gosh.
Hmm.
All of this is happening in.
It gets way worse. I mean, this is awful as is, but it gets.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Kayla said that Adam first placed the plastic bin storage container into a closet in the bedroom of the Union Street house. Kayla said that Adam then at one point took the bag out of the plastic bin storage container and that the Under Armour bag was leaking. Kayla said Adam put another trash bag around the Under Armour bag and placed it into the refrigerator of 644 Union Street. So he did place it in there. Harmony's body moved into CMC maternity bag. Kayla stated that at some point after Harmony's body was in the refrigerator, Adam transferred Harmony's body from the Under Armour duffel bag into a new bag. Kayla stated that this happened in the bathroom. She stated that on the day in question, Adam spent 4 to 6 hours inside of the bathroom on Union Street with the shower running. Kayla then described Adam as placing Harmony's dead body inside of what she described as a Catholic Medical Center maternity bag. This bag was much smaller than the Under Armour duffel bag, and it would not likely fit Harmony's body. Oh my gosh. Trigger warning in chat, guys. See, I saw something like this and I thought it was just like an assumption. But
About the tote bag.
about it being like not able to fit
Dismemberment?
and how the dismembered part.
Well, I don't think it's actually fully dismemberment, though.
It was like distorted into a way. Right? Yeah, this is what I saw. So it was, unless it was dismembered or grossly distorted.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out, he's moving it from a larger bag to a much smaller bag. So yeah, that's.
Well, the size of the CMC maternity bag, I am shocked even if they dismembered or distorted or whatever, how I don't even want to think about it.
I see, I'd have to look up that bag. I don't even know.
It shows a picture.
Oh gosh. Kayla described an odor coming from the bathroom and saw steam coming from the bathroom when Adam would open the door. She recalled the scent of cleaning supplies in the bathroom when Adam had finished up. Kayla stated that afterwards, Adam placed the CMC maternity bag inside of the freezer in the Union Street home. She described the refrigerator freezer as a standard over-under refrigerator-freezer combo. After Kayla's first proffer interview, investigators obtained an exemplar CMC maternity bag that they suspected might be the same as the one into which Harmony's body had been placed. During Kayla's second proffer interview, she identified the bag shown below as being the same style as the bag into which her body was placed. How?
Exactly.
How? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And she said she had trouble with the zipper.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Even like, it doesn't, I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't murder people, so I don't know.
Right.
You know,
we can't understand it. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, in the home, in the bathroom, in the bathtub, do they say if they found any DNA there?
I believe so, because it does talk about the bathroom. It has a picture of the
Right.
bathroom and stuff like that at the
Because
Union.
I'm just not understanding how he fit her in here.
But is it the
I know
part?
she was tiny, but
Yeah. Did it say the part with her head? Because I don't understand. I never understood the part with her head, and so it's just awful. Yeah, after decomp, she said that she was bone and hair and skin, and she could recognize that it was Harmony still.
oh my
But
gosh.
I don't even know.
So Kayla said that Adam actually transferred Harmony's body from the duffel bag to the CMC maternity bag while they were still at. Wait, what? So not after the bathroom incident? It was actually.
Hold on. See him coming from the bathroom when Adam would open the door. Oh, this is one of the bathroom incidents, right?
Yeah, because it says that he took her body from the refrigerator from the Under Armour
Yeah,
bag.
this is one of the.
Okay. Put her into the new bag. But right here it's saying that he actually did it when they were at the 177 Lake Avenue
Yeah.
address.
There's a. I believe there's another bath because there's a bathroom at Union Street, isn't there? Or am I confusing this?
This one is on Union right here.
Okay, so there's one on Union and one at 177 like that. It gets confusing sometimes because the way they state things.
Yeah. Okay, so she said that this happened about a day or two after maintenance checked the vent in their unit and that the bags with Harmony's body were in the closet during that 1 to 2 day time frame. Kayla said that Adam made the transfer to the CMC maternity bag in the bathroom of apartment 1, zipped the CMC maternity bag shut, and then put it in the closet.
Yeah, because the bathrooms in those rooms, you have a bathroom attached to your room.
Right. Wow. So then, oh, this was disgusting too. Moved to the Portland Pie Company freezer on Elm Street. Kayla stated that she herself, oh, see, that's what makes me so mad. Now I see what you mean.
Yep.
She herself then brought the CMC maternity bag containing Harmony's body to Adam's place of work, Portland Pie Company restaurant on Elm Street in Manchester, while they were living at 177 Lake Avenue. This was done at Adam's request the same day Adam transferred Harmony's body into the CMC bag. Kayla stated she pushed SM and DM to Portland Pie Company in a front back stroller, and the CMC maternity bag with Harmony's body was between the two boys in the stroller.
Yeah, so she's pushing
Oh,
her
my
boys
God.
and she has a dead body in the
In
middle.
between of them. Oh my gosh. Kayla said Adam kept the maternity bag with Harmony's body in the walk-in cooler at the restaurant for a week or so. The bag was then brought back to 177 Lake Avenue before being brought to the Union Street address when the family moved. So when speaking with the Portland Pie Company employee Cameron Gibney, he stated he had worked at the restaurant as a server in front of the house manager until about a month before the restaurant closed. He recalled seeing the CMC bag in the cooler on a couple of occasions on both the floor and shelf, but never questioned Montgomery about it since he knew he had children. How does that make sense? I would still question him.
Right?
Gibney, I don't know. Gibney described the bag as a tote with straps and stated it was possibly white with red or pink. Gibney confirmed he had seen Adam Montgomery and only him handling the bag and bringing it in. On 8/23/2022, Gibney was shown a photograph of the bag and confirmed that was the same bag he had seen in the cooler. Emily Thompson, who worked as a delivery driver, also vaguely recalled Adam tucking a bag into the cooler but could not remember the details of it. It should be noted that Adam Montgomery worked at the restaurant as a dishwasher and cook between 1/14/2020 and 2/22/2020. These witnesses corroborate what Kayla stated about her bringing Harmony's body in the CMC maternity bag to the company that he was working at and keeping it in the cooler. Ugh.
Yeah.
Kayla also advised in her proffer that she was actually in the 644 Union Street bathroom when Adam took Harmony out of the maternity bag. A photo of the bathroom follows for reference. This was taken recently and is only for size layout purposes. The personal possessions in the photo belong to a different tenant and not Adam or Kayla. So this is this bathroom.
That's the
On Union.
bathroom on Union, right?
Yep. Kayla stated that Adam took Harmony out of the bag in the Union Street bathroom so that he could add lime to the maternity bag to help with the decomposition of Harmony's body. Kayla explained that Adam dumped Harmony's body out of the bag into the shower. Kayla said Harmony wasn't bones. She had skin, teeth, and hair, and Kayla could still tell it was her. Kayla said Adam put about half the bag of lime or a little more into the maternity bag, and she showed with her hands that the bag of lime was consistent with a 40-pound bag. Based on Kayla's description of this process, Adam had a difficult time fitting Harmony's body back into the bag. Harmony's body was frozen. Kayla saw Adam run the hot water in the shower and tried squishing Harmony's flesh to thaw it and make it easier to fit her into the bag.
That's what got me. I was like squished. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh.
They have to be on something really high drugs.
To do this.
Yeah, like I can't picture anyone even as violent as Adam is to just not be high.
Right. And I mean, like he's thinking everything through and carrying it around wherever they go. And mm,
Has to be meth because you're not going to think like this on like heroin or anything. Like it's just meth makes people.
yeah. Yep. I'm gonna where I was. Okay, I don't want to repeat that. Kayla helped cut Harmony's clothes off of her body to make her fit into the bag better as well. Kayla described Adam eventually pushing and pushing on Harmony's body, and then she heard a bang. She was not able to elaborate on what this bang was. Adam also banged the maternity bag on the floor while zipping it. Oh my gosh, I just can't read this stuff. Mm. Kayla said that she also helped zip close the bag. After the bag finally zipped shut, it went into the apartment freezer. He then cleaned up the bathroom with ammonia.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. In June of 2022, Detective Ray Hill received maintenance records from Dennis Klucher, who was the maintenance person back when Adam and Kayla lived on Union Street. He is also the current maintenance worker. It should be noted that a service request was executed on 2/27/2020 at the Union Street address where they lived. The request reads snake tub and fix lever. This service request was 5 days after Adam's employment ended at Portland Pie Company. So he had them come service the bathroom after he did all of that?
Yeah, because well, he broke something.
Oh, fix lever, yeah.
Yeah.
So then a U-Haul was rented to dispose of Harmony's body. Kayla stated that Adam kept the CMC bag with Harmony's body inside of the freezer of the Union Street house until sometime during the spring of 2020. She wasn't sure if it was March or May of 2020. When Adam rented a U-Haul and during the overnight hours made a trip to an unknown destination to dispose of Harmony's dead body. Kayla stated she did not know the location of where Adam dumped Harmony's body. Kayla stated that Adam returned in the morning hours, but she could not recall an exact time. She stated that around the time that Adam disposed of Harmony's body, they stayed in the Econo Lodge or Comfort Inn in Manchester, New Hampshire. She said Adam brought the CMC maternity bag with Harmony's body to the hotel and placed it in the mini refrigerator in the room. Kayla said that they were accompanied by Travis Beach and his girlfriend, who Kayla only knew as Brittany. Manchester police know Brittany to be a reference to a specific person, Brittany Bedard, or Bedard. Kayla recalled that Adam went to rent the U-Haul with either Travis, Brittany, or both. Kayla saw the U-Haul from the hotel window and she described it as a van with large 1999 on the back, which is consistent with the lettering numbering on a U-Haul rental vehicle.
That year, the Econo Lodge was my backyard, basically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So these friends, did they go with him or they just went with him rent the U-Haul?
They helped him rent the U-Haul. There's a whole like phone conversation that they have in this.
Okay. So Kayla said after the U-Haul was rented, Adam left in the middle of the night at approximately midnight or 1 a.m. Adam told her he was leaving and he would be back, and he took the CNC maternity bag. She didn't see him have anything else with him. She said Adam didn't want her to know where he was going, quote, in case something like this happened, end quote. apparently in reference to Kayla proffering this information to police. Kayla said Adam then returned at approximately 5 or 6 that same morning. When he returned, he seemed very tired and he said words to the effect of, "It's done." Kayla said she didn't see the maternity bag after that. It should be noted that in Kayla's second proffer on 6/23/2022, her statements were consistent about the U-Haul and did not materially differ from her original proffer. So he intentionally left her out of that, so we have no idea where he disposed of her body.
Yeah. So she says.
Right. So she says. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. I wonder if how much of that is true.
Right. Because she did have a perjury. No, I'm just saying. That's what they're going
Right.
to say in court. You know what I mean? Well, she did lie in court once.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, Manchester is very messed up. Like, these people that do use drugs out here are very, very heavy users. And so, if you are correct, not everybody does these things on those drugs.
Right. It's just like you said, the person that you know of things that you know of Adam
Yeah,
is just yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
crazy.
They also bought fentanyl. Well, it said heroin slash fentanyl, so I guess it could have been either or both. I don't know.
It's very common out here that it's more so fentanyl than it is real like heroin.
Mm, surprisingly messed up, right?
It is very messed up out here. Like, things that happen out here, I've never seen before in my life.
Jeez.
Yeah, like things that are normal out here, like people not having custody of their kids, that's just a normal thing. It's it's really weird.
I think society uses the term drug user as a crutch to excuse the behaviors and bad actions that some people are already prone to expressing with or without the substances.
True.
Yeah, I agree.
Heroin was getting
Um,
mistresses when I was in the school district. Yeah.
he had mental issues without the drugs for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely did. He did. Because he would invite people over and, spoke with them and then just like punch them in the jaw and
What?
yeah, like so that he didn't have to pay and things like
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah. He was not right in the head.
No, clearly.
Oh,
Mm. Um, on the flip side, I had cases against children that were horrific and no drug use happened by the parents. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm wondering about, like the Chad Dorman case with the boys, like what what happened? What made him snap and then he planned it?
hmm
Ugh.
yeah. No, isn't he? Didn't he plead not guilty? Well, everybody pleads not
Yeah,
guilty.
I was like, they said it was a full admission, but yeah, he pled
Yeah.
not guilty.
Usually, like, cause even what was that case with the FedEx driver?
Oh, with the little girl?
Yeah, I did. I did
Mhm,
a lot of videos on her too. Why do I not remember her name? But he confessed and he pled not guilty as well.
mhm. Yeah, I'm interested to see what he's gonna say his motive was. Like, ugh.
See, the thing is, Adam's now facing 40 to 70 years with all these criminal charges, right? He was offered a deal. If he said where Harmony was, he could get a deal on those charges
Oh, I didn't know that.
for the
And
career
he,
criminal.
and he didn't take the deal, or
No, he refused.
wow.
I mean, because that admits guilt that he
Yeah. Yep.
is.
I mean, but look at all the evidence they have against him. I mean, at this point, you would think he would just because like there was a case here where a girl went missing, and I did like a little short video on it, but basically that's what it came down to was he was facing the death penalty.
Mhm.
And he was offered a deal where they would just give him life if he would tell where he disposed of the body, and that's what he did. He took that deal. And her family was able to, find her body and give her a proper burial and stuff. And it's like, but Adam is so, you can tell in his interviews, like he's not going to ever give that information.
He's going to end up dying in prison anyways, 40 to 70 years.
Yeah.
He's 30 years old.
Yep.
So he's 30 something. He'll end up in there for the rest of his life anyways. So I think he figures he has nothing to lose. And I honestly think thought he was going to get off of those charges with the guns, because I don't think he thought Kayla was going to get on that stand.
Right. And just the gun charges alone, that's like how many years they said that he would be facing just for those charges? Is it 30 to 40, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then with the career criminal, that's 40 to 70. So
and then he has another trial after this. So like, dude, your life is like,
it's gone.
Yeah, you're going to prison, like bottom line.
Right. So why don't you just say where Harmony is and get it over with, because you're already going to be in there forever.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, the death penalty out here is only for police officers and stuff like that. So he's just going to, rot in there.
Yep.
But at least he can say something, because now we have to go through another trial. Maybe Kayla really doesn't know where.
Right.
But last time I gave her the benefit of the doubt, look what happened. You know what I mean?
Like, what if she does come out, hopefully, and says that she does know? I don't know.
And it's hard because it's all over Manchester, where he brought Harmony, like 7 different places. And some of these places that they brought this child are places where people go to, like, be safe, bring their children to be safe. So that's what really gets to me on this as well. Like, you murdered a child, you brought it to a place where these families are trying to be safe.
Right. And they just like carried her around like it was
nothing
normal. Like, like mentally, how do you do that for so long?
Right. How do you eat dinner and make another child while you have a dead body in your freezer? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's something wrong.
The part of her putting the body in the stroller with her boys, like, that is insane to me.
What if one of those babies touched the bag? It's just,
oh my gosh. So I'm trying to, so this is, I guess, when he was talking about the U-Haul truck, and he kept saying, I effed up, I'm so effed. Beach stated Adam wouldn't tell him what he meant when he said that. Beach stated he was with Brittany and Adam was with Kayla and their 2 boys. Beach was asked if he had ever seen Harmony, and he stated he had not. Adam asked them to rent him a U-Haul, and he recalled Brittany renting Adam a box truck from the U-Haul on South Willow Street. Beach stated that they left from there, and the next day, Brittany called U-Haul to make sure Adam had returned it, and he had. Let's see. So, yeah, like, they didn't know anything. So this is an inmate. So, Detective Ray Hill interviewed Bobby Johnson, which was an inmate who wished to speak with us about the Harmony Montgomery investigation, specifically in regards to Travis Beach. Johnson has known Beach for 7 to 8 years. Johnson stated he had a conversation with Beach a few weeks prior, at the end of March or beginning of April of 2022. Johnson stated that they were at a drug house getting high and smoking crack. Beach stated he had something to tell Johnson that was eating at him. Beach stated that Adam Montgomery was one of his best friends. Johnson stated also present at the time was Beach's girlfriend, Jenny Paris. Beach stated Adam called him and came over to his place, and Adam said he fucked up, that he did wrong and needed his help. Johnson stated Beach's girlfriend then stopped him from saying anything further to Johnson about Adam's statements. Oh, hey, Killshot.
I'm back, bitches.
Welcome back.
So
Hey.
this is a very, very disturbing case.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like
Very.
way more than what I was ready for.
I know.
hmm
I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're good. It's heavy.
I didn't think it was going to be this heavy when I first started doing like the vigils and everything for Harmony. Like I thought we were going to find her, you know.
Yeah, same. I was hoping that he had just like went bring her to like a distant family relative or like something like that. But you know, at the very beginning, that's what we were thinking.
Yep.
Interesting to me that Harmony's life wasn't spared, yet this a-hole's life will be. He gets to live out the rest of his life, yet her life hadn't really had the chance to start before he took it away. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But he
Well,
will be spending it in prison, so
I mean, I don't know. Cases like this, I really, truly believe that we should bring back, some of our outlawed things. I don't know. I don't want to say the specific words on,
yeah, I know what you mean.
but we should come back with the penalties and all that kind of coincide with the crimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. Like the case I did the other day with the 3 boys, like you were saying. Like that should be a thing because maybe
Yeah.
people wouldn't do this crazy crap.
Right?
Yeah.
You'd think twice for sure. You
Hmm.
would think they would think twice.
And yes, if I agree, she was definitely, God dang it, she was definitely an accessory.
Yeah, I don't think Kayla should have got that much of a deal. Like
No,
only a year and a half in prison, and she won't even spend that much time. Like she
no,
could get good time if she wanted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's crazy on just some of these cases in general that the people that roll over, that the deals that they do get. Like I understand like giving them a lesser sentence or something, but some of these people virtually get off scot-free.
yeah, like she clearly participated in every bit of it. She knew the entire time what was going on, and she gets off with a year.
Yeah, like you should have gotten the life sentence for the fact that you put that bag in between your 2 children and then
Hmm.
pushed them in a trailer or in the stroller. Like that,
Yeah,
when I heard that, oh my goodness, that blew my mind.
yeah, that's the part I can't.
Yeah.
And ugh,
Yeah, it's very disturbing. And what's even more disturbing is these kind of things and these kind of scenarios are happening like way too often.
yeah,
So that like as a society, it kind of seems like this is becoming a norm. And how are we even allowing this? Well, it's not like we're allowing this, but I don't know, how are we not making a lot larger of an uproar
hmm,
about this kind of stuff happening, but we make an uproar about some of this dumb stuff.
other stuff. Yeah. Are there like were have there been any like kind of protesting or anything going on, PJ? Because I know you said like Manchester is like
No protesting because Manchester does not come together as a community. I tried to do that. I don't even know how many times. And it was only about 5 or 6 people that showed up to anything for Harmony. And I tried to do a protest. Nobody wanted to come. And Valley Street Jail is a private jail. So you actually have to get a permit to protest there.
oh geez.
Yeah.
Well, good for you for at least, attempting and trying to, being there and able to try to, do something.
I tried. But I didn't think that like all this was happening in the city I was living in. I mean, I thought the city I was living in was very corrupt and a lot of bad stuff was going on, like shootings and things like that, but not this stuff.
Not this.
No.
So this is the conversation that the inmate is having with the guy that helped him with the U-Haul, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he stated that the tone of the conversation was that Beach was going to say that Adam killed the child and disposed of the body. He stated Beach was saying Adam was asking him for a few days to help him get rid of stuff. Beach stated that they drove around the county for the next few days getting rid of stuff. Johnson stated that Beach never mentioned body parts, but that it was stuff wrapped in plastic or plastic bags. Johnson also mentioned Adam asking for tools and supplies and included blankets and tarps from Beach. So this Beach person was with Adam? He helped him? Like he rode around with him?
Yeah, he was at they stayed at dropped off Kayla and his girlfriend, I believe, at the Econo Lodge and also the Comfort Inn. They stayed at those two hotels. And then they traveled to Massachusetts, I believe it was. And what it seems like they did is, I don't want to say this because it's so gross and heartbreaking. From what it seems like is they just kind of threw out Harmony.
Mm.
But it is to believe that she is in Revere Marshes.
Mm.
That's why they keep going there. But those marshes is so hard to like find a
Search
body.
and stuff. Did they have cadaver dogs out there looking?
They had them out there on Easter Sunday searching. But it wasn't that long of a search.
Hmm.
And there hasn't been any updates or anything on it.
We might find out more during the trial.
Yeah.
But I mean, if this Beach guy rode around with him, like, what the heck? But again, I get that he doesn't know what was being thrown out or, being disposed of, but hmm, let's see. Okay, so I'm just trying to
So has the trial started yet?
No, it's November 20th, right, PJ?
Yeah, they pushed it to November.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to see if he's gonna try to come up with a deal, but for the gun charges. But he got found guilty on the gun charges, so I think that's off the table now. I'm not sure. They haven't said anything.
Hmm. So Kayla admits that she initially said that the last time she saw Harmony was when Adam dropped her off to work at Dunkin' Donuts was because Adam had told her to say that time frame and to say that Adam was returning Harmony to her mother. She said in essence that Adam told her she wouldn't get in trouble if she just stuck to this story. I mean, it's pretty sad because she actually isn't getting in much trouble at all, which makes me mad. Are any of these witnesses that you know of that you've gone through? If anything else of significance?
Brittany. I didn't really read Brittany's stuff because that's the girlfriend of Travis, I believe, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she just talks about them being at the hotel and
The
all that
CMC
stuff.
bag she mentions, but like in the stay at the Econo Lodge, but nothing really.
Yeah. She remembers seeing the bag between Kayla's two children and a stroller.
Yeah, that there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that there just shows that you are just as unhinged as the individual that committed the crime.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I mean, how can you do that?
And did you see the part where he moved her from a bigger bag to that smaller bag? Did you see the picture of the smaller bag?
Yo, yeah, the CM is that the CMC
Yeah,
bag?
yeah.
Yeah, and then
Like
he
how?
put her in a hotel refrigerator.
Yes, that's a small refrigerator.
Like, yeah, yeah,
I don't
Disturbing.
understand how he even got her in. I don't even want to know how, but like,
No.
right. That's exactly what passed through my head is like, okay, that refrigerator is small. I know, like for me, I'm a Mountain Dew drinker. I can't even fit 2 1-liter Mountain Dews in there, nicely.
right.
Ugh.
So imagine trying to put a child in a bag and,
Exactly.
and then what he did when she was frozen,
You had to try to thaw her
like,
out.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's very disturbing. It's the I don't know. I don't know. It's really weird. It just seems like throughout all of our culture and our nation that this is just a thing now.
Yeah. I don't think, Judy, that he's getting federal charges for those gun charges because he's getting career criminal charges. And I believe he's just going to Berlin prison,
Mm.
which is just a state prison
But
because they put drug
after the
addicts there.
after the trial, after Harmony's trial, though, they could move him,
No, he'll
or
stay in Berlin. Either
so he'll stay there.
either Berlin or Concord prison he'll go to, but more likely Berlin prison because of the fact that they might want him in protective custody so that he will be okay for Harmony's trial because Concord doesn't have PC. So,
They need to put him in Gen Pop. Just saying.
But they won't though. That's the sad part of all this.
Mm.
but a lot of people don't understand those prisons have people like disgusting people like this. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
So I don't know if he'll even get hurt or beat up depending on who's there.
Right.
There's a
That's
lot of
very
sex
true.
offenders, in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. Very true.
Okay, so this is kind of important to like how far he went. Like the total rental mileage was approximately 133 miles. So I would assume that's round trip. So they kind of have maybe a generalized area of like, you know what I mean? I know it could be in any direction, but I'm just saying like we know about how far he went. So to me, they would have a better idea and understanding of possibly where he disposed of her body.
Yeah, they keep going to the Revere marshes.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay, yeah. So that guy basically helped him get the U-Haul and all that stuff. He didn't know where it was taken or what it was used for. Are these Facebook records important?
I think they just
Recording.
have the conversation.
Mm.
They did a lot of conversations about the situation,
Yeah.
about the rental and stuff like that. And then I know Adam does tell him
You're
not
right
to
here.
talk to him about certain stuff.
Yeah. So he's like, "Yo, if you're awake, call me. Need to talk." Travis Beach. Wait. This. Okay. Yeah. Hey, can we use the U-Haul for like 10 minutes? Missed calls. No. What's up, bro? Hit me up. Jeez.
Yeah, he like avoids Travis for a while.
Mm-hmm. And then he says, "Yo, please let me know when I can come by and grab my stuff because we only have the car till 1:30. Thank you, Bubba." Adam missed a call from Travis. Jeez, this is a lot. Oh man. Is there anything else significant? Because I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it unless there is something else that.
Yeah, I don't think so. It just,
Okay.
the most significant things, I think, is just they show the picture of the U-Haul, which everybody knows what a,
Yeah.
most everyone knows what a van U-Haul looks like.
Yeah.
But pretty much. Hold on,
What was that van you all used for?
to dispose of Harmony.
Yeah.
Now, that's just if I got to think about this for a minute, because if she was put into a little bag that was capable of being put into a hotel refrigerator, why would you need an entire
Yeah.
U-Haul? You know, you've already transported the everything around
Right.
in your own personal stuff. So why would you need to? That's just weird. I mean, the whole thing's weird, but just
Yeah.
little things like that is like, why would you even need that?
I think it was more so of like a cover-up type thing, like so he didn't get stopped by the police. I don't know. I'm trying to think like a criminal.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. That's why it makes it so hard, is because we're not one of them, so we have no idea how they think or what they were thinking.
Yeah.
So they didn't have their own vehicle at this time?
No, they did not. The
Okay.
Sebring had
Yeah. It had
been abandoned. And that other car they didn't have for a long time. You know, the two cars that they had put up
Right.
on the
Yeah, they
missing
only
file.
had the other one. Oh, okay, yeah. So, wow. Yeah, but I'm like Killshot, like why? I get maybe as a cover up, but a whole van?
Hmm.
You would
Well, he
think
could
like he
pretend
has
he was moving.
Hmm?
He could pretend he was moving.
True. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is when they talk about, so when they did do the search last year in June of the Union Street, multiple items of potential evidentiary value were seized from the apartment. One item was the sole refrigerator in the apartment, which was the standard over under freezer refrigerator unit. There were some indications from the owner of the Union Street house that the refrigerator seized from apartment 2 may not have been the same refrigerator that was there when Adam and Kayla lived in the apartment. However, he was unable to definitively say whether or not it was a different refrigerator. Manchester detectives processed the seized refrigerator with Blue Star. Upon processing, there appeared to be a small reaction to the Blue Star on the bottom right of the interior of the refrigerator and 3 significant circular reactions, together with some smaller reactions, on the bottom of the interior of the refrigerator. Each of these areas was swabbed, and the swabs are pending further forensic testing. So those are still being tested as of the date of this?
Yep.
Dang. And they've been having that over a year. Yeah, over a year.
Well, it'll be a year now because because they did the deal with Kayla in June.
Mm-hmm.
And
And they
that's
got,
what the time the search was.
yeah, 6/14/2022.
Now, I wonder, like with Kayla, because they brought her up on specific charges and everything already, right?
Yeah, she had what was the fraudulent ones, because she was getting like basically food stamps, food assistance for over a year, huh?
Yeah, for
For
Harmony.
Harmony. Yeah. So she was charged with that, and then she was charged with perjury because she lied in the.
She originally had gun charges too, but those got dropped because she obviously told Adam on everything on that too. So she threw him under the bus for all of that. So she didn't get anything for those charges
So-
either.
So did she get like a like amnesty out of all of it? Well, let me just get to the point. What I'm wondering is if they're gonna like allow his trial to go through and find out, everything, and then come back, stick her with what she has now, and then come back and nail her with something else that will be a more significant, like it was brought up as a
Charge.
new finding or something during the case, and they can bring it up against her.
Yeah. Is that possible?
I don't know.
That
I
well,
don't think it is.
if she's, it would be possible if she under the fact if they're giving her amnesty, then no, they can't.
Right.
No matter what comes up or what happens or anything, what she's getting is what she's getting. But if they just said, okay, we're gonna drop all these charges and we're gonna charge you with this, and this, and that's the deal, then they can still bring her back up on other charges as long as it's not the same charges they already brought her up on. So that's the only thing that I was asking. So like if she's under amnesty or got some kind of deal that like, yeah, going here forward, she gets in no trouble for whatever comes up, then no, they can't do anything about it. But I'm just wondering if she actually got that deal, because if not, they can still bring her up on other charges related to the case.
Yeah. I would hope so.
Yeah. I'm trying
But
to
I don't
see.
know. That's what I was just
I'd
asking.
never seen the word amnesty when I read the court documents.
There's a few different, like, I know there's a few different languages for it too, so it might not just be amnesty.
Yeah, because you said like she took a deal, so it's like, what are the? I would like to know all the details of that deal. You know.
Yeah. Because it very well could be as if she didn't get an immunity. That's another one.
So Kayla Montgomery pleaded guilty last year to 2 counts of perjury and agreed to testify against her husband as part of a deal with prosecutors.
So that's for the weapons charge, because she did testify against him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wonder if she's gonna get away with all of this involvement and everything that happened to Harmony.
Well, no, she's not getting charged for Harmony's murder either.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, that's why everybody's having a lot of issues, because the fact that she should be charged with something, because after reading all this, now we know that she obviously did stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she was very involved.
Yeah. And all of us thought she wasn't, because she put that she was in fear of this, she was in fear of that. And he was basically supposedly threatening everybody that knew about. Well, the way they skewed the charge was like more than her knew about it. So I don't know if there's other people that know about it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we're going to learn so much more come November, because I'm sure they didn't put every single detail out.
Right. Oh yeah, that's what I said. We're going to learn a lot more. Did he have a prior conviction of a felony? He did, right?
Yeah, that's why he's a career criminal. He has a lot of felonies. He has like 16 different charges since he was like a teenager. So he is a bad guy.
Yeah, basically. Evil, sinister. Ugh. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up on chat. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it right here. That was like very heavy. I didn't expect all of that. Jeez. I had kind of just glimpsed at it the other day, and so a lot of that stuff was not expected.
Yeah, it's a lot of information.
Yep. Well, I appreciate everyone for being here. Thank y'all for joining me on panel. PJ, I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
know you
PJ,
know.
you're a rock star.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You guys are awesome.
Yep. Thank you, chat. Thank you, mods. Thank you, kill.
What were you just about to read? What the fuck?
Scratch. I'm gonna edit that out.
Yeah, you sound like you're about ready to call me like Lord Farquaad or something.
Right?
know.
You guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too, PJ.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for having me, and I love everyone, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yep. We'll see y'all during the week. Y'all have a good one.